Hey everyone, it is Dr. Kyle, and it's a little bit late tonight, later than I would normally do a video to share here, but this video is about going to sleep and how to fall asleep restfully and get a good night quality sleep. So I figured what better time than the nighttime to talk about this, right? It's about 9:40 p.m. tonight. My kids have been in bed for some time, and now my wife and I are starting to get ready for bed. And I just wanted to share some of the very simple tricks that you can do to make sure that you're getting a good night's sleep, that you're falling asleep as quickly as you're able to. First, sleep is so important because it is a very incredible time for your body where it is doing just a plethora of amazing healthy things for you. It's making new hormones. You're creating long-term memories out of the short-term memories from the day. You're actually digesting food better when you're sleeping than when you're up and moving around throughout the day. It's a time when your body is repairing tissues. It is healing wounds. There's so many wonderful things that are going on while you're sleeping that it's not something that should be overlooked. In fact, a good night of sleep is crucial to everything from prevention of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and other neurodegenerative disorders, as well as, of course, waking up and feeling energized the next day, and things like weight loss. So there's really nothing that a good night of sleep doesn't help contribute to for your health. But still, some people find a hard time getting into a routine or falling asleep at a decent hour. And so I want to go through just a few easy tips or tricks tonight that have been shown to really help you get into that slumber state that you need. The first, and I think maybe one of the most common ones that we fall into nowadays that can be overlooked or needs to be changed, is to have electronics on when we're going to sleep. In fact, you shouldn't have any electronics around you if possible in your room, or especially trying to fall asleep, because they emit what's called blue light. And blue light, that particular wavelength of light, actually slows down your body's production of melatonin, which is one of the most important hormones for getting a good, deep, restful night of sleep. So that includes cell phones, iPads, computers, laptops, even things like Kindles. If you're reading at night, it's best to just read from a paper book. Anything that emits a blue light or radiating light is going to ultimately affect your body's ability to create the hormones that you need to get to sleep. Another one that people fall into a lot of times is they eat too close to bedtime. Now, the ideal time for this would be 3 hours. You want to have your last big meal about 3 hours before you head to bed. And when it comes to the meal, science has shown for the last 30 to 40 years of research into this matter that if you eat a high carb diet, you end up getting a less restful sleep when you are sleeping. And so what they say is that you actually need to have a low carb, high fat diet to close out your day. And that's going to get you the best night of sleep ultimately. So remember, try to eat your last big meal 3 hours before you go to bed. And that meal should be low carb, high fat in its nature. It's important to do something that calms you down before you go to sleep. So this can be anything from yoga, meditation, prayer, reading, a soothing bath. There's really no one particular thing that's going to be best. It's very personalized, but make sure you're doing something that helps you rest before you get to sleep and starts to slow down your brain waves and get your body into that restful state. It's pretty amazing, actually. The only system in your body that actually gets more active while you're sleeping is your nervous system. Everything else does its job and does some wonderful work, but your nervous system has to actually gear up to go to sleep and do its job the way that it's meant to. The last little tip I'll give you is to avoid exercise too close to bedtime. Now, I know this can be tricky for some people that need to work out after they need to go to the gym or work out later at night based on family obligations or job or whatever it might be. But again, when you exercise, you're turning on stress hormones, cortisol, you're activating all these very energetic hormones in your body, and you actually want those to be turned down when you're going to sleep. So if you're able to, it's best to actually work out earlier in the day, at least several hours before you try to go to sleep. That's going to ultimately get you the best night of sleep when you mean to go to sleep. So a couple just very simple things, like I said tonight. Avoid blue light or electronics that mess up your melatonin production. You want to do something that helps you slow down brain waves, meditate, read, do something that gets your body into that restful sleep. Make sure you're eating 3 hours or more before bed, and that should be a low carb, high fat diet to get to those points. On top of that, if you're looking for some more things, you can do a quick Google search of what's called the military style of falling asleep, or the military trick. It has a certain type of breathing pattern where you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, relax your muscles in your face. It's very simple to follow, but I'll let you look into that if you're looking for some extra help. With that being said, everyone, have a wonderful night, sweet dreams, and I'll look forward to seeing you very soon.